Hello YouTube, my name is Nero. Today we have some more Call of Duty Black Ops 3. The Days of Summer event is now upon us. Although, admittedly, the Black Ops 3 event is pretty underwhelming. Oh boy, some new weapons and a new camo unlocked exclusively through supply drops. And if you did not purchase the first map pack of Black Ops 3, you can play those maps for free throughout the duration of the event. That is pretty much all of Days of Summer. Although, a couple of things are going to be added. Some XP events and, of course, some double crypto key events and stuff like that. So we're going to have to see. It could be a better event, but by default, at launch, it's a pretty lame event. And I was reading the comments of my last video where I was announcing all of this to you guys, covering the news, and a very interesting point was brought up in the comment section that I would like to cover here in this video. Black Ops 3 is more downloadable content than it is actual game. So to quickly summarize, here are the number stats for all the different weapons in the game. Personally, I count launchers as guns, so by default, there are 30 guns in Black Ops 3 that you can just get by having the game, and there are 21 guns available exclusively as DLC through supply drops. This, of course, is not counting melee weapons or special weapons. If you do decide to count those, there are 32 weapons available by default in the game and 43 weapons available exclusively through downloadable content and supply drops. If you go to the maps, there are 13 default maps in Black Ops 3, counting Nuketown, 16 maps available exclusively through map packs and DLC. There is one default zombies map in this game, 13 DLC maps. Like, how freaking absurd is that? This, of course, does not take into consideration all of the cosmetic camos, all the cosmetic replacements for your attachments, all of the different character customization outfits you have for your specialists. So much downloadable content in this game. Now, what I'm actually showing you right now is going to be the fourth quarter investment report from Activision for the fourth quarter of 2016. Here we see Black Ops 3 with record add-on revenues greater than a la carte map packs and season pass combined, even with record season pass participation. So who is the bad guy here? Is it Activision and Treyarch for continuously adding supply drop content to their game? Or is it the player base who keeps willingly spending their money on COD points to try to acquire these things? Because I feel as though it's a bit of both. Activision and Treyarch are a business. It's a supply and demand style of a system here. People keep wanting new weapons in the game, and they're making that very clear by spending tons of money every time a new gun actually comes to the game. So are they evil for supplying their fans with stuff that they want to spend their money on? I mean, really, I don't really think we can blame them all too much. I mean, they could make it easier to get this stuff. I mean, locking everything exclusively behind supply drops is a terrible system in my opinion. It's making it so your most hardcore fans likely will not be able to have access to new content in the game, regardless of how much money they've spent on it, and regardless of how much time they've invested, regardless of how much they've supported the Call of Duty series in the past. All of that is irrelevant. It comes down to luck, and I don't think that's a good system for the consumer in general. So that's definitely a bad part on Activision / Treyarch. But on the community side of things, if people really wanted this system to stop or be changed, they would have to stop funneling all of their money into the system every time they do a little bit of an update. I'm sure yesterday when the AN94 came out, people spent a bunch of money trying to acquire that weapon. I'm sure if I go onto YouTube right now, I will find supply drop opening after supply drop opening of YouTubers spending hundreds of dollars on supply drops, and therefore encouraging others to do the exact same thing and promoting the entire system. Like, there's some flaw on both sides here. This is why this happens, right? There's a reason why they continuously add supply drop content to Call of Duty games, and I'm worried that this is going to bleed over into Call of Duty World War II. So as we all know, Michael Contri has said that supply drops will be cosmetic only in World War II, but they've lied about that in the past. Pretty much every single game developer at this point, Sledgehammer Games, Raven Software, Infinity Ward, and even Treyarch, they have all lied about saying the game is going to remain cosmetic only. So it's a matter of time. When are they going to add these weapons? I imagine eventually we're going to be seeing Russian Mosin Nagants or PPSHs, or maybe like the Japanese Arasaka. These things are going to be added to Call of Duty World War II eventually, because they are not going to make enough money from supply drops having them be cosmetic only. They found out a very long time ago that if they actually put game-changing weapons into the supply drop loophole, that people are much more likely to spend a ton of money trying to acquire those weapons, because as we all know, new weapons are freaking fun. So that's definitely a bit concerning to me. I'm worried about the future of Call of Duty World War II, and just when I went back and looked today, I was astonished to find out that Black Ops 3 really is more DLC than it is actual base game, and chances are they are going to continue adding weapons to Black Ops 3 up until the release of Call of Duty World War II, and maybe even after that. And when you get right down to it, are we to blame for that? Are we, the Call of Duty community, to blame for this? Is it really that bad for Treyarch/Activision to continuously add stuff to their game that they know people are going to spend their money on? You know? There's definitely a gray area. The fact that the weapons themselves are locked behind a slot machine that is the supply drop system, but still, they are adding stuff to the game that they know their consumers are going to want to purchase, so are they really that evil? I think the biggest thing is the fact that they are random. Like, if they were just adding actual weapons to the game that we could just purchase directly, like we could in the latter half of Call of Duty Ghosts with the Ripper and the Maverick, that would be fantastic, but that's not the case. It is all completely random, which is really frustrating. Like, the new Cherry Fizz camo looks awesome. Chances are I'm not going to get it because I'm not going to spend a cent on supply drops during the Days of Summer event, so it's like, I freaking hate the system so much. I wanted to make this video discussing that with you guys, the fact that Black Ops 3 is in fact more DLC than it is actual base game, and how that very dangerous precedent may affect Call of Duty World War II and the future of the Call of Duty series. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.